Coming up on Now That's Disney Live, strap yourselves in. John, David, and I have been going at it all week. Is Disney Genie worth it? Is it not worth it? Do we love it? Do we hate it? Find out. Plus, the tip of the week. Tip of the week. Deal of the week. Sorry about that.
Deal of the week. Hey, howdy, hey, everybody. Happy Saturday.
I thought we were starting something new, a tip of the week.
I'm going to give everybody a tip of the week tonight.
The deal of the week. Oh, man. Are we still friends? This was a rough week.
It's been a rough couple days, but we love each other very much.
Oh, very, very much, even though you're old.
I knew something was coming.
No, I'm kidding.
Hey, Mary. Hey, Steve and Katie and Becky is here. And Lily, trying to catch up on all the comments.
You didn't have to. An option you didn't have. We'll wait and see. That's what it comes down to.
It really is.
Stands in the wrong show.
Steve just got right into it.
Oh, that's good news.
Christopher.
Becky Hengst Blencow.
Hello, Becky.
Hello, Becky.
And it is T9, I found out, David. You were correct.
It is T9.
Yes.
T9.
Right.
What did I say? T9.
No, you said T9. I said T-Nina. And I think
okay.
Mary corrected me and told me it was T9.
John was calling you guys names.
She thinks I was, yeah.
He was. Yeah. He was just telling me how I look like Group.
I got a bit of a not a gruff. What do you call it?
A gripe?
A tiff? A gripe?
A tip of the week? A gripe?
A gripe of the week? With you, John.
Why? What I do?
Okay. So you know how you got your website and you sell your embroidery and you sell your pins and you sell what else do you sell? T-shirts. And when you buy stuff, you get Panda points.
Yes.
So I go ahead and order the Panda pods. I got no points for them.
Got no points for those?
You should get points for them.
I got the Panda pods, which are very
I can't believe
exclusive,
readily available.
That looks great. I like
Happy
that.
Saturday, Mr. Steve.
By the way, I reset them before I sold them to him, and I can't believe that when he gets them, it says Panda's AirPods. Like somehow there's still a memory that they know who they belonged to, and I'm like,
they'll always be your earpods.
Yeah, Mary, I got new ones that Mark had gotten for some reason, and the other ones work just fine, but these are like web up, so I sold for at a good price, I think, to Stan my other ones, and they're like brand new. So he was liking them. But that's
so people have Panda T-shirts. Stan has Panda pods.
I will
get your limited edition Panda pods.
I will apply some Panda points because I have a lot of prizes to sell.
They're AirPods. I think they make these things.
I'm surprised you're not using them because they're really good for the show.
I wanted to do my little joke.
Thank you.
It's very funny.
You.
I guess I could have done it with my ears.
You know what though? That is good marketing. Panda pods.
Yeah, you should sell those.
Yeah. Please, do you see how much those things are? It's crazy.
Just get them cheap from China. Get the knockoff ones.
Yeah.
You use them twice and the battery doesn't work charge anymore. Those ones.
I have to get this out of my brain, but Mary, I don't know if I told you, but everybody, our friend Marla Chan. I keep going instead of what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Marla Chan, Marla Chan, Marla Chan, what a mighty good man. Yes, she is.
Mary may or may not have 3 pairs of AirPods. This is my
She
first
may
pair.
or may not.
Why so many?
She wants to keep the noise out.
What is Kim? Hi, Mary. I'm due to arrive to take us away.
My wife messaged
me.
She says Stan's been shopping. She's watching, I guess.
Well, I'm trading Kim and Colton for Nevaeh and Steve because Mary's toe's been bothering her and she needs the rest. And I think I'm going to get the better part out of the deal because if she thinks Kim's going to go there to clean and cook, not happening.
So you had a beach weekend, David. A beach week.
2 weeks. 2 weeks at the beach. And this is as tan as David gets. But, yeah, we just got home today.
Speaking of beach, do you know how come they found out that Mary, who got bit by the shark, had wow.
That was a bad one.
That's a bad one. Let's start again. I'll give it a different. How did they know Sheila, who got eaten by the shark, had dandruff?
Don't know. Because
they found her head and shoulders on the beach.
It's a rough one. I just heard something go. Someone singing opera.
No, I'm going through my videos here, getting the video you wanted me to load up.
Oh, Kim and Mary are taking a hiatus. I thought we were doing a even trade here, 2 for 2.
Oh, yeah. Where is Chris with the coffee?
Yeah, seriously.
I got the plain old black.
Nice
coffee. Yes.
Something you did this week wasn't as good as last week. Last week you were getting.
Last week you got a
cappuccino, everything. Yeah.
That was a good cappuccino. Mary wants to go to the beach.
Yeah, take her. Do it up. I'm all beached out. 2 weeks. I can't do it anymore.
Chris Alardi, those flatbreads. Oh my gosh.
What's up, Chris?
Did you see his pizza flatbreads?
I did. I've got to be honest. I mean, he's inspiring Mary and Katie and Marla, and everything that they're cooking looks really good, I
see that. He's inspiring me not to lose weight, though. That's
true. Yeah, I've been watching all of his videos and trying to keep up, and then I keep seeing everybody post photos.
And their stuff looks pretty much like. I always think it's his again. Whoever's doing it, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. I see a lot of people coming up as Facebook user.
Adam is, and
hey,
Chris
Adam
is.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Go Yankees, Adam.
Yeah, Adam, you're still coming up Facebook user.
Marla, were you here in time to hear my
Christoph
song
as well.
for you?
Hey, Marla.
Been wearing a mask for the past 2 weeks all day at work, and I'm vaxxed since May. Sometimes it's just unavoidable.
Okay, whenever I hear the word unavoidable, all I think of is, you know what, Stan?
It's unavoidable.
It's unavoidable. No, no, the guy for the Jedi. It's unavoidable.
It's inedible.
No, he says unavoidable. He does use the word unavoidable.
It's unavoidable?
Really?
It's impossible. No.
The Emperor?
The Emperor, yes.
Yeah, the Emperor.
It's unavoidable.
Not the song
Marla Chan, what a mighty good man. Everybody needs to sing that to Marla.
Marla says, yes, I heard your song.
It's going to be stuck in all of our heads. That's funny.
One is easier. I've been wearing a mask for, 12 months now.
So do we have a good deal of the week?
We have a great deal of the week. Actually, the first 2 that Scott sent me were both sold, and he had to send me a third. So
float the rail, float the rail.
So you want the monorail?
It's floated. Let me show you what we got tonight. We have a Beach Club Villa 1-bedroom villa, standard view, which is a check-in of September 25th and a checkout of October 1st. So that's the first day of the 50th, right?
Yeah.
So you would be checking out that day, but you're still there. You could always go to one of the parks and celebrate. This room is a standard view, sleeps 4 people plus an infant. Total cost $3,332. Again, 6 nights in a 1-bedroom villa. So it's a
the 1-bedroom is
right. That's It's big, washer and dryer, full kitchen. This is coming at $18 per point for a total of 178 vacation club points. And it's probably priced a little higher again because the checkout is right there on the first. So Beach Club Villa, 1 bedroom, standard view, check-in September 25th, out October 1st, 6 nights at $3,332. Best way to get in touch and book this deal would be to reach out to, that's okay, Scott Ferrioli. And you can get him at Scott at DVC or, let's change that to DVC-rental.com. Remember the dash, save the cash. I love that. I'm going to keep using it. And you can also check out DVC-rental all over social media, DVC-rental.com. Don't forget, they have buyandselldvc.com where you can buy and or sell a DVC contract if you're in the market. I know some people, a lot of people who have bought and sold contracts. So check them out. But best way, Scott at DVC-rental.com.
This is a good point here. You get to close out Happily Ever After.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also
neat. Going to the final viewing of that.
You know what? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That is a good one. Because sometimes he puts in the notes, like it's a 50th celebration. But yeah.
You could also visit with Mary Wells for free, she said.
Yeah. She'll be signing autographs at the firehouse over there at Magic Kingdom. Right after she eats at Tony's.
Yeah. Tony's.
Steve's saying he'll be there also.
Yes.
Steve, I would assume you're going to be with Mary.
I would hope so, Steve.
I'm off that week.
Steve, we're going to hang out September 24th. I can't wait.
I'm off that week.
I'm not going to say I'm not jealous. You should go, Stan. And then
you absolutely should be jealous.
Curse you, COVID.
You should be like Madeline Kahn at the end of Clue. I'm so jealous. Flames on the side of my face.
I love Madeline Kahn. She's terrific. Oh, you know what? Before I don't want to forget this too. Make sure you guys check out dmagicworld.com.
Chris taking a shot at Mary.
At Mary, I think we want people to purchase this. Well, somebody better purchase the deal. dmagicworld.com, 24/7 streaming Disney music, and the best part about it is they're playing little bits of our shows. Now that's Disney Night Live. I just sent last week's show to Jasper. So please check them out. Give them a listen, tune in, and have fun with the music.
I love that Chris is brave enough to go and give Mary a little,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not that brave.
A double wow.
We're gonna have to separate them.
There's gonna be a lot of bickering tonight. I have a feeling.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna go smooth.
You don't think so? You think things will calm down now?
You don't think this guy right here is gonna cause issues?
I don't know.
Or this?
Let me tell you what I do know for a fact. Fast forward a year,
Yeah.
I'm you guys, but in the future.
Oh, you've been there before.
I have been here before, and I know exactly how this all works out.
Were you one of the test case scenarios in that infomercial that they put out, Disney?
No, that was a dumbly produced. Hold on, ready, David? When I ask you this question, you make believe you're asking me. That was stupid.
There was somebody there with like a taser, and they're like, "Did you enjoy using Disney Genie?" Yes.
Well, I loved it.
I love the Genie. Can I go home now?
My question is,
hey, Nicholas,
do you have the little intro video just in case?
What about the people that have to pay for it?
What's going on, my buddy, my nephew, Nicholas? What's happening?
Do we have the little video or no?
Which one?
The intro, just in case before we start. Yeah. Shouldn't we show it in case anybody has no idea?
Let's start off with what we're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
Yep, here it comes. Thanks, Stan.
Excited to introduce Disney Genie service coming this fall to Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort. Built right into our existing mobile apps, this complimentary new digital service will help you create your best Disney day. Disney Genie is your expert in itinerary planning, designed to make personalized recommendations for you, helping save time so you can have more fun from morning to night. Start by telling Disney Genie your wishes for your time at Disney. Do you love princesses, stormtroopers, turkey legs, all of the above? Disney Genie will easily create your best Disney day with your preferences in mind.
Dinosaur stand.
Itineraries update
Jurassic Park.
continually as the day progresses, so you can better go with the flow. Disney Genie does the work so that you can stay focused on pure fun. View your favorites in one place on your tip board, taking the guesswork out of what's next. Disney Genie can help you predict when you might experience quicker access to attractions, so you can spend less time waiting in line. Dining reservations, restaurant wait lists, and mobile order service have never been simpler than with Disney Genie. Check in right from your phone, and you'll be taking your
Because mobile
first bite
order was
before
so
you can
hard
say
before.
So difficult. I want cheeseburger.
I couldn't understand it.
Show up 5 minutes for cheeseburger.
Want to make the absolute most of your time? Purchase Disney Genie Plus service with your ticket to use our new Lightning Lane entrance at a variety of attractions.
Prices are expected to
You'll
increase
save
at
time
any
and
given
money
time.
as you make one available selection at a time throughout the day. You can also individually purchase a time to arrive at one or two specific attractions each day using the Lightning Lane entrance, offered in addition to our standby and virtual queues. Both options are easy and simple with same-day planning for attractions.
Based on
and
availability.
integrate right into all your other plans in your Disney Genie itinerary. Also part of Disney Genie Plus, enjoy audio experiences.
I'm excited about
tailored to
this.
Specific locations throughout our magical lands.
Why would I want to listen to an audio experience while I'm physically in the park,
Disney
though?
Photo
Depending
Pass.
what it is.
With
If they do a good
unlimited
job of it, they
Anything.
can do a good job of it.
visiting at Disneyland Resort,
Why? I'm already in the park. I want something augmented reality.
Can I listen to the audio when I'm not in the park?
Yeah, right. That would be the only thing.
Yeah.
I want to hear the sounds of the park.
Day.
Right.
Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus.
Yeah, I want to hear the kid
I don't-
crying because his
yeah, I don't
father
get-
wouldn't get Disney Genie Plus.
Your adventure is your choice, and it's just a wish away.
That same
Disney
kid's
Genie.
crying because he didn't get to build a
Never
lightsaber for
had a time
$200
like
bucks,
Exactly.
or an android.
or
I'm sorry, a droid.
or
A
a,
droid.
an android or an hemorrhoid. Or
Okay, so let me
anyway.
go back to what I was saying. Fast forward a year from now,
Mhm.
the people are going to love it, and you're going to see everybody buying Genie Plus, and nobody's going to complain.
Okay.
So, but let's not.
But then it'll be $25, not 15.
Right.
Possibly, and they're
raised by
still gonna love it. They're still gonna,
And they'll
love
complain every time it goes up $5.
it. They're going to love it. I think that my perspective, which what we've spoken about, is a little different, only because I'm a little closer to some of the people that created it. I see what they're thinking of, what they, I was expecting a lot higher of a price, so I was kind of happy that it wasn't $100 for the day. So.
Now not working on an app near you.
Oh, so that's another thing. I
Right.
did mention to them. I said, "Hey, listen, I tried to make a reservation, and the whole system is not taking reservations. What happens if this goes down?"
Mhm.
What they told me was the MD app, the My Disney Experience, almost never goes down. When you go to make a reservation, it's a whole other system you're going to, and that goes down. So they don't believe this has a good chance of going down, and there's redundancies built in. But I asked that question. I was like,
they need to
if this,
their Wi-Fi because when we were
the
just there,
Wi-Fi.
it was terrible. In our room, it wasn't that great. In the parks, it was terrible. And when we were watching Happily Ever After and I wanted to go live, it cut out 20 seconds into it.
You have to. They tell us during the media event, shut the Wi-Fi off, use your cell signal,
Right.
and that works so much better.
That's
it's ridiculous.
great when you're from Canada and you're paying $20
Right, yeah.
for 2 seconds.
Oh, you pay for Wi-Fi?
What I do is I spend $60 and I buy a SIM card,
right,
and replace my SIM card for my phone when I go to when I go to Disney.
And
my wife does not do that because it's an extra $60. So
so you can't use because you can't use the same cell service.
I can't use
right?
it. No, they charge an arm and a leg. Same thing if you were to come to Canada. It was great when I was in Vancouver and all the Americans were like when we met in Vancouver before the cruise. And I got to use all my data, and everyone else was like, I can't touch data. I really need to find a Wi-Fi signal. It's like, hey, welcome to my world.
That's craziness.
So
let's talk about the free part first, the Genie part.
And before we get into anything, I want to preface it by saying I'm going to pay for this. but I'm not happy about it.
I think a lot of people probably will do that. But do you know
Right.
their goal is to have less people in the park?
Which I want.
They want some people to say, I'm not paying and I'm not going.
Yes.
And they'd like to make more profit off the fewer people,
Mm-hmm.
because then the people that go have a better guest satisfaction. So take it from me, that guest satisfaction is what makes their money go up, and that's what they want. They want more guest satisfaction and more money.
Right, Mary. And you know what? So this is, and I think people that are last second planners and people that are locals will like this. People that plan ahead, and somebody in our situation, Fast Pass Plus, and in addition to the DAS we get for Colton, we were in and out of a park in 3 hours, rides done, experience is over, had a great time, we were back at the resort. And then we could always go back later on at night. I just don't see that happening with this. But
it's funny because Stan is like me, even though he's from Canada. I was not a pre-planner. As a matter of fact, Fast Pass, I hated it because I could never get it. And it never worked for me because I could never get what I wanted when I wanted it.
Right. See, we would get up at 7 a.m. and book it. And Kim would have a computer and I'd have a computer and we'd attack it and we'd be done. And that was our trip. Sometimes we augmented our rides and our times and would move it around depending on the day, but it was planned out.
Stan, how come you didn't do that? Like, how come you didn't get up early and make your Fast Pass Plus?
Well, because when I go by myself to the park, I don't plan that far ahead. I plan, like, let's say I'm in the park and you're off Tuesday or whatever.
Hi,
John,
Linda.
We have someone else who lives in Disney World or in Florida. A friend of mine might say, or someone that's visiting, they go, "Hey, let's get together. What are you doing?" I go, "I don't have any plans. I can meet up wherever you want." And I would spend most of my time just meeting up with friends when I go to.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So I wasn't tied to dinner reservations. I wasn't tied to fast passes. I wasn't tied to what park I was going to. I walk out of Pop Century and I walk to the bus thing, and the lineup for Magic Kingdom is down the thing and around the building to get onto the bus. I was like, well, I'm going to go to Epcot.
Yeah.
which is really nice. Yeah. Which is a really nice way to do it. And I mean,
and I
like
love
Stan
the spontaneousness of that.
Yeah.
The only time I would book fast passes is, let's say I'm going out and I'm going to be there between the 1st and the 7th. And John says, well, I'm off the 3rd. Let's meet up for dinner. Where do you want to go for dinner? Well, let's go for dinner at Ohana. Okay. That's my Magic Kingdom day then. So then I would book Magic Kingdom fast passes for that day, but I wouldn't make any other fast passes the entire trip. What
I do like about the free part, the Genie, is that kind of like your car changes the GPS if you make a right and you're supposed to make a left. What are you laughing at?
That has happened.
Sorry.
That has happened.
Her comment.
But it's just someone might say,
come eat dinner for free and Stan eats 2 dinners.
I already have plans for dinner at one place, and then Mary says, come, I'll pay. And I said, well, I already have plans. And she says, well, I'm paying. Doesn't matter. Just eat less there and then come see me after. I said, okay. So I had 2 dinners that day.
Go eat 2 dinners.
Right.
I had to run from Mexico to Canada.
I like the way it can funnel people better to hopefully make it less crowded and less crazy.
Right.
Apparently, so much programming went into that part of it. I really can't wait to see what they do with the suggestions and stuff and see
so you get
how it.
I agree, Christopher.
You're in Tomorrowland, and you get a ping saying Splash Mountain has only a 10-minute wait. So everyone runs to Splash Mountain. By the time you get there, it's now 120 minutes.
Disney is now telling
they're not
you
gonna,
what to do.
You know they're not going to do that, right?
And then you'll get a ping saying Space Mountain has a 10-minute wait.
No.
You run.
Okay, no. You're not understanding how it's working. The ping is only going to go to the people within a specific area. So they're not going to send everybody to Splash Mountain. They'll only send the people that are in Frontierland to Splash Mountain.
They're just going to have people running around like yo-yos going back and forth.
It shouldn't be that way. No, that's not the plan.
To keep you in the area. So also when we would plan out a park day, we would plan so we didn't go from one side of the park to the other and back and forth and all around. We would try to attack certain areas and then move away. You know, you don't want to spend your time doing that. That's a lot of walking. So
my fat ass ain't going from one side of the park.
Right. Is the app going to and so let's talk about the free portion of this, right? Disney Genie. So Disney Genie is the free portion of what Disney is introducing in the My Disney Experience app. The app is not going away. Disney Genie will live inside the app, right? So with Disney Genie, it is going to help personalize your experience. It's going to take into account what you tell it, and it's going to try to help you plan your day. That's the whole point of
now
Disney Genie.
you can start off by telling it specifics if you're
Specific,
somebody like us that knows
Right.
where you want to go, or you can tell it vague generalities.
I'm into thrill rides. I'm into this kind of food.
You could be into Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, or like you said, you could say thrill rides, or you could say princesses. So you can do it two ways.
I like how. Do you love princesses or stormtroopers?
I love them both. And this is free.
Do you love princesses loving stormtroopers?
I like them both for different reasons.
And Disney
they'll send you to the
free.
Gentlemen's Club down the block, Stan.
I don't want to walk the other side of the park either, which is why I hated going to attractions for that.
Right, I can't. We'll talk about that in a second.
Well, you're right, exactly, and that's one of the things coming out of this. These changes
Christopher, we'll talk about lightning. I'll come back to your comment, as well,
because we have a lot of questions, and I know everybody does. So
the audio portion, you guys were saying you don't want to listen to the audio clips in the park. If I
can't ever see a time. No, it could be the best audio ever.
Right.
I don't want to take myself out of the theme park.
That totally takes me out of the experience.
Hang on 1 second.
Or my friend that I'm with. I'm not paying attention to you. I'm listening to
thinking more Disneyland and Disney World. Now, let's say you're in front of the castle and you want to listen to the audio, and the audio clip while you're in front of the castle is Walt's dedication speech to the park. Wouldn't that be cool?
No, I'd rather hear it at home, and they better be playing nice music by the castle.
No, I think it would be cool, and I think if you're in Tomorrowland, you get Walt's dedication speech to Tomorrowland, or you're walking down Main Street, you're walking from the castle down Main Street, and you get to listen to Feed the Birds in your ears.
Why aren't they playing it on Main Street for everyone?
Well, they're not going to continuously play Feed the Birds, and you get to block out all the other sounds around you while you listen to Feed the Birds walking down Main Street in Walt's Park. I think that'd be pretty magical.
So how are you going to hear beep beep when they come and they run you over with the double-decker bus?
Well, that's too bad.
If you get
I could see things like the dedication. If there were 15-second things, maybe.
Okay, I get what Stan is saying too. So if you're standing in a certain place in a park in front of a certain attraction or something, a statue or something, the audio could be tied to why that's there and tell a story, not just music, right? So that could be very cool. So almost like taking a VIP tour. And they give you a little bit of that backstage information. If you notice walking down the Main Street, you see the signs in the window. Not everybody knows that those are like Imagineers and people who are very important to Disney history. Maybe it tells a story. Now I'm buying into it.
I'm keeping an open mind, and I'm liking it better now that you put it that way, David.
Yeah,
I think
if they do that. If they do that, who knows?
If it's just music, I'll listen to D Magic World.
Stan just wants to use it to do. They're not AirPods; they're Panda Pods.
They're Panda Pods, by the way, guys. Yeah, he's the only one currently that owns.
What I think though is you really do have to have a battery bank then for your phone because.
Yeah. Oh, you did before.
Which we did.
So listen, I actually brought up the complaint to my friends at Disney, and I said I don't want people looking at their phone all day. This makes them look at their phone. And you know what they told me? If you look at our surveys and we ask people, how would you like us to give you more information? 98.3% of them said they want to use their phone, their smartphone.
Yeah.
So they're just answering what people want. And I get it. I hate people that are on phones when we're on attractions.
Are they just telling us they listen to people? Or
no.
Are they
John wants to go to a ticker tape machine.
No. This is big survey stuff.
So tell me what Disney Genie isn't doing. Okay. Maybe Disney Genie is for the person who doesn't know Disney as well as we all do. Because my everyone. Disney experience had everything in it that I needed to work my way around the park. It has wait times. It has restaurants. I can make reservations.
They want to guide you to make the park less crowded.
I think they want to guide you where they want to guide you.
Of course.
Where you want to go, though.
Of course.
So it's the 100%. Disney. They're telling you what your experience should be.
Right. But you could say to the Genie, I'm using the wrong finger, and do your own thing.
Right.
But for the majority of people that will follow it, it's supposed to make the park less crowded and better.
See, I could have navigated the park.
We are the map. We are the map.
Right. We, as a family, we didn't even get maps anymore other than Colton wanting to hold them.
Right. You shouldn't be using the itinerary if you know what you're doing.
Right.
I want to use it at first just to see what it does.
I'm interested to see how this works, and I'm interested to see how it goes. Trust me. I mean, I love Disney and how they move forward with, intervention. So
I do believe that ultimately it's to solve a problem in order to get more guest satisfaction. But that being said, they definitely want less people in the park, and they definitely want to charge more to the people that go.
And people are they're pricing people out, but I think that's exactly what they're doing. It's way too crowded in the parks right now.
Way too crowded.
Yeah.
When it gets going, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that gets in the way of your experience. So if you're willing to pay for a better experience, can the Genie tell them not to film things and take pictures with their damn
You're recording
iPad?
the fireworks with your iPod.
Blocking my view. Or you
And
got your
Genie tells you, "Hey, lower it a bit. You're blocking people's views."
yeah.
What
You got
about
your-
when little Nancy has to get on Daddy's shoulders,
shoulders, right.
at the finale?
Right.
Yeah. While
Yeah.
you're taping it for YouTube.
That happened to us when we were watching Happily Ever After. One person put their kid on their shoulders, and then everybody did it.
I do, Marla. I think it's going to start next month at some point. I don't know for sure, but I think the plan is to roll it out next month.
So,
Can
and
Genie get us a bathroom stall? Only if you're a man.
well, that is
Well,
Because the women's
peeing is
bathrooms
also
are
a
always full.
there's a small charge if you want.
right. We're going to talk about this because that's Disney Poop Plus, and you can pay an upcharge to have better bathroom experiences.
Okay, so you want to go to the DAS before we go to Genie Plus?
The changes in the DAS, yeah. And for those who don't know, it's Disability Access Service or System,
Is it
right?
card or C?
Yes. I think it's
DAS
Disability
Yeah.
Access Service?
System, or service.
Or is it System? Could be System.
Yeah. And the way
In
it
the-
worked
Okay, go ahead.
in the past, the way it was working, or currently, I should say, in our last trip, we would have to go to guest services in one of the parks. You couldn't do it at your resort. You couldn't do it anywhere else. You had to be in a park and go to guest services and go to them and explain your disability. And then they would add you and I think up to 8 people in your party. I think
It was up to 7 for a total of 8. But
7.
could
Okay,
be.
you and then 7 more.
I'm
Okay.
sure if you had 8 people, they would probably
Yeah.
do it for you.
And so this would put that disability access card, let's call it, into your itinerary, and you would be able to walk up to an attraction and get a return time. The return time is based off the Fast Pass line. That's how they usually, or the standby line. I'm sorry.
Standby one.
So if the wait time for Toy Story Mania is an hour and a half, your return time would be an hour and a half.
So nobody was skipping the line.
Right. You're not skipping it, which was the old way of doing it, and that got ruined.
You're waiting without waiting in the line.
Right. And then Disney got smart and they put up the blue umbrellas, and you used to be able to go to a cast member with an iPad and they would help you be able to then book a return time without having to head to the attraction. Makes
But
total
let's say
sense.
you're at Space Mountain and you wanted to get a DAS return time for Splash Mountain. A lot of times you had to get pretty close to Splash Mountain and find somebody or go to Splash Mountain to do it. So the people that you want to prevent from hurting themselves, who are disabled in any way, whether it be autism or physical or anything, those are the people that you're making run back and forth double the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you completely, Christopher. Let's just hope that people don't take advantage of this.
Right.
Well,
And
what is good is whoever takes advantage of the DAS, it doesn't really matter. You're still waiting. Meaning, I think everybody should be waiting in line without waiting in line.
Yeah. I think the current system, you could take advantage of it too, because by HIPAA law, they're not really allowed to ask you what your disability is. They can just say, "What do you need help with?" And that's what we are asked. When we go up and say,
they can't refuse. They can't refuse it.
They can't refuse. What are they going to say? We need proof. They can't ask. So, the changes coming to the DAS are several. One, you will be able to schedule a telecom with a cast member ahead of your trip and get the disability access added to your plans before you get on your trip. So
Which
instead
is
of
awesome,
which is great, right?
That's so good.
So number one, that's gonna take away all the people with the line out the door at guest services, right? And they can handle other things at guest services. So that's a bonus. Get that out of the way. You're planned. You don't have to go to the park and take that time up either. The second thing is you will be able to book your experience within the app, the My Disney Experience app, right? This is not part of Genie. This is just going into My Disney Experience. So currently, if you were to get a DAS return time, you would see that return time in the My Disney Experience app. With this addition, you'll be able to book that experience on your DAS right in the app instead of even having to go to the attraction. I think that's
great. That's
great. And that, I think, should have happened a long time ago, but I'm really happy it's happening. Like you said, John, why do I want somebody who's in a wheelchair or has a physical disability walking across the park to go get an hour and a half return time?
To have to go back there 2 hours later.
Exactly. Yeah, and go find something else to do while they wait.
I'm not familiar with Universal Virtual Line.
Chris, they wanted $300 last week for their Express Pass. Line. So I don't know. I don't know when the last time you've been there, but that doesn't help me if I'm not spending $300 on top, not on top of my ticket.
Thanks, Kim. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think after 4 days, I need a DAS.
Yeah, and you can't. You know what I think? What I don't mind about the DAS, even if someone is faking it, is they're still waiting.
You're waiting.
Yeah,
they're not. Yeah. They're not changing the system for me or anyone else. Yeah. They're not making my line any longer. They're still waiting. They just get to spend money and do it while they're not online. It kind of benefits a lot of people.
Yeah, and they've changed because right now they have cast members that will help you, which they didn't have before. So I think they heard guest feedback and they put up these blue umbrellas and made it easier. I didn't have to go all the way to the attraction. I could see the blue umbrella, or see somebody with an iPad and ask them. And this makes it even better. And I think, again, if you're going to cheat the system, you could have cheated the system a long time ago, which is why it got changed, because
see what Mary's saying though. Another point. Could you imagine the kids on the spectrum? See, I'm at Splash Mountain. Why can't I go? It's hard to grasp.
What you're saying is, here's the candy. You can hold it in your hand. You can't eat it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right. That's not always easy for parents, especially in the sweltering heat, to walk away, So yeah, I think it's great. You guys want to talk about Disney Genie Plus?
Right. Go ahead. You want to start it off, or you want?
No. You guys give a little. So in addition to Disney Genie, the Plus is there, right?
Genie Plus apparently is what, and I never knew this. I never knew they had Max Pass in Disneyland. Apparently, Max Pass in Disneyland was a huge success. I mean, like, really, everybody loved it. So the people in Disneyland don't understand why we're complaining. They don't realize, we had Fast Pass. It was free, so they don't get that. They just want to know why. Why don't you love?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing with Disneyland, though. Yes, they had Max Pass Plus, and when I went, I think it was $15 a day, and I only got it for my final day. I didn't get it for my entire trip. But you could still use the old paper Fast Pass system, which was still free. So you could still get Fast Passes free.
Right.
Now you can no longer get Genie Plus free.
I don't understand. What did I do?
No, I didn't know. Mary is at her all-time best tonight.
I'm not a Disneyland person at all, Mary. I don't follow most of what goes on.
That's an arsenal.
So that's the difference between Max Pass Plus and Genie Plus.
Right.
Is that you still have an option to get free Fast Passes.
Okay, but even if they took that away in Disneyland, they loved it. They would have paid the $15. They didn't care.
Hey, Trent,
so that's what and it's $20 in Disneyland. It's $15 a day here.
Right. Yeah. So Disneyland is getting $5 more. They have to pay $5 more.
In Disneyland, it includes PhotoPass.
Exactly. So there you go.
All your ride pictures, all your attraction pictures, all your PhotoPass photographers.
I'm shocked that we're not getting the PhotoPass.
And this is what I don't understand. Why are we having two different systems?
Right. We're getting augmented reality, but they're not getting it.
Yeah. What's augmented reality? I mean,
augmented reality is you go to a certain spot, you put your camera up, and Mickey Mouse will be hugging you and animated, and you take pictures.
Now
it's actually really cool. What?
It's an Instagram filter. Then.
Yeah, right. but animated and doing things. It's really cool to do it around the park. But why would we get it, not Disneyland? I don't understand why they wouldn't.
I'm taking my own PhotoPass photos now, basically.
No, I think there's also PhotoPass, because I was asking Stan
that you could still pay for.
I don't know. I think so.
At Disneyland?
No, in general, like at Disney World.
In Disney World.
They're not going to get rid of PhotoPass. You could still pay for PhotoPass.
Getting rid of PhotoPass. They make
I wonder if the augmented reality would replace the PhotoPass.
Or make it less of a purchase for other people. Like, why would I pay for it when I could just take the photo myself now.
Which
There's a lot of
shocking-
people are saying, "Oh, we're losing Fast Pass. We're losing Fast Pass." It's been gone for 18 months.
Well, Fast Pass
So-
has been gone for a long time.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
saying they don't see us
but
as
they've only been
losing
open
it.
for
Right.
what?
I know.
They weren't closed. They haven't been open for 18 months either in a row.
I'm saying they don't see you as losing something that you really don't have right now.
We do.
We do, of course.
And it kind of comes off as they took COVID as an excuse to do away with a lot of things, some entertainment, Fast Passes, and others.
You think
other
it was
things.
just an excuse, or do you think they were bleeding money?
I
mean, you're saying like they did it on purpose, like
no,
let's
I
get rid
think
of the
I think it
entertainment.
comes off as that, but I think they were always headed in this direction.
What's funny is if Universal or another park does something, we don't feel it as much, and I think that's because we personally love Disney and we take it personal.
I hold it
We
in
don't-
higher regard.
We hold them in much higher regard, and we
Right.
take it personal.
Even Universal, in my opinion, is always going to. It's like the Yankees and the Mets. The Mets will never be the Yankees. It's
Okay,
just
so
the way it's looked at.
T9 has a question here, and this is something I couldn't really find either. Is it like when you would get park hoppers, you would get
Right.
park hoppers for your entire trip? You couldn't get
No,
park
you
hoppers
could
on-
you could do it for any amount of the days you want.
Right.
So-
You don't have to do it for the entire
Trip.
stay. You can do it one day. You can do it on several days of your trip.
Yeah.
And what I found out today is the Disney Genie Plus carries through the 4 parks. So if you pay the $15 in Disney World and the
Yeah.
$20 in Disneyland, and you move from one park to the next, it carries. You don't have to pay an additional $15 for the other park. Okay, now I think that's a little bit better.
And the separate a la carte Lightning Lane
Yes.
you don't need to have Genie Plus to get that and vice versa.
Exactly, which is
Okay, that was
another
my
thing
question as
people
well.
don't understand, right?
I mean, that would
So-
have been crazy if you had to have one to have the other. That would have
Right.
been a lot.
Right. So there are some rumored rides they're saying that are going to be in this top tier that you would have to pay an additional cost if you
They said
wanted to.
They said it's only up to 2 per park.
Right. Two per park a
No,
day
two
per
per
person.
day.
I'm
Right.
sorry, say that again.
It's 2 per day, not 2 per park. So if you
It-
could
No,
do
no,
one in-
no. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Only
Yeah.
2 rides per park can be on
Mhm.
that a la
Oh,
carte at a
yes,
time.
but you can
Yes.
only pick 2 per day.
Per
Well,
person
there's
per
only-
day.
There's
Yeah.
only 2. You can pick 2.
No, but you could take like Rise in the morning and then Expedition Everest in the evening.
yeah, and then you can even
can't-
wait
you
for
can't do-
Rise on a virtual queue and ride it again.
I don't know if you'd be able to get into a virtual queue if you have it.
Mm.
What do you mean?
You
if
think you
can
can
get a
ride it
virtu-
twice?
Sure, if you get the virtual
Okay.
queue and then you get
Okay.
paid for the a la carte thing, sure.
Okay.
They're not going to say, "Oh, you paid the a la carte, you can't try for the virtual queue."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Linda's comment, she's saying, okay, so if you just want to ride Rise of the Resistance, you could just buy that. Yes. If it's based on availability, based on time, this is going to be like Uber, where based on time of day of the week, it's going to be more expensive than. Can someone answer the real
This
issue?
is my problem because the Carousel of Progress turnstile is very small, like from 1971, and it's a little difficult. You know what I say, Chris, all the time when I go through and I do fit through, I go, "Get the butter, just in case you got to butter up my hips and push me through."
That's funny.
So you don't need Genie Plus to get Lightning Lane.
Not
No.
to get the lightning
No,
lane.
but here's the confusing part about Lightning
Yes.
Lane. Genie Plus, you're using the Lightning Lanes. That's
Right.
part of Genie Plus.
Okay.
Exactly.
But to get the a la carte Lightning Lane,
Yeah.
you don't need the Genie.
Let's call it
Yeah.
like
So
Disney
'cause I'm looking at
Genie
the
Premium Plus.
choices at Hollywood Studios.
That would have been better. Genie Premium Plus and Genie
Yes,
Plus.
something in
Yeah.
addition, right?
Yeah.
And
Like I'm
and that
looking at the choices at Hollywood Studios, and the only one I would use the Fast Pass lane for would be Rise.
Right.
Right.
I might use it for Mickey and Minnie's. Now, those are going to be based on how crowded the park is. So there could be a time where they'll say, listen, Rise of the Resistance today is $5 if you want to just go on it. It might be so crowded one day that they may tell you it's $16.
right.
Oh, I think it's been more than 5. I think it's going to be more like 30.
No, I think the maximum there was a maximum, and it definitely wasn't over 25.
29, I think, was maybe the max
What-
I saw
was it
floated.
really that?
I don't know if that was a Disney
But
article.
again, these are options. These are strip steak, filet mignon. You
Yeah.
can decide. But I like that if it's not so crowded, it won't be that much.
Yeah.
right.
But for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I'd pay a little bit if I could just jump on, depending.
Well, yeah. See, I mean, it depends on how I want to. My experience for that day in that park.
Will they change the time to book virtual? Everything is at 7 a.m. I thought only Lightning Lane is at 7 a.m.
So no, if you pay for Disney Genie Plus and you're staying at a resort, you may start booking your first return time at 7 a.m. or going and it'll say at 9 a.m. this ride is available. Would you like to book it? You can do that at 7 a.m. What's pissing off the annual pass holders is if you're not at a resort, you cannot do that. You have to be in a park.
By the way, a lot is changing for the annual pass holders.
Right. So currently, this is the deal. I feel that annual pass holders should get some sort of benefit in also DVC. Even if it's a discount or something, you're paying more money into it than the average person. Therefore, there should be something given to you. But
I heard the argument today that they lose money over some annual pass holders.
They may.
I don't know if it's true or not, but if that's the case, I would be amazing.
Right.
But yeah, what plans for the annual pass holders, which sometimes, depending upon what they give, might be worth it for somebody that just visits two times out of the year. I think there's supposed to be discounted Genie Pluses or possibly some Genie Pluses thrown in, or maybe there'll be a Genie Plus add-on for $200 that you have it every time total.
Right, exactly.
The whole time.
Because there's other, they do that in California.
For Max,
Disney,
I think
Disney,
they
right?
used to for the Max.
Like
pass.
if you pay $300 in addition to your annual pass, you get Max Pass included or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So
I don't know. I've been living under a rock.
You can get Max Pass included with your annual pass for an extra fee.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't we ask Mary? She would know.
No, I do know because I
do know.
I'm joking.
Excuse me. Wait, I'm looking for a comment.
You know how much I paid for my 520 points? I don't know what she's talking about.
DVC?
Yeah, well, that DVC, right? And Trent's saying he agrees what I'm saying with DVC, right? So, as a family, we purchased 225 points directly, not resale for the Polynesian. It wasn't cheap. So now you're telling me if I want to have a better experience, that's all I'm saying. I know I don't have to get it, but if you want to have a better,
I love the way you do that because so many people are saying, "So now I have to." No, you don't have to.
You don't have to do anything, but
you're gonna.
We were just there in July, and all there is standby, and some of the wait times are very long. So, do I want to do 3 rides in a day, or do I want to do 8 rides in a day? I want to do 8 rides in a day.
But do you realize that just the fact that you say you're going to pay it?
I am.
That's a smart business. I mean, the business.
It goes to show they're making a good business decision. Yes.
And until it pisses people off that they suffer financially, they're not going to change it.
What are they going to lose? 1%.
It's not a charity. It's not UNICEF. It's a business.
Right.
The only obligation they have is to their shareholders. They don't have an obligation to give us a free fast pass.
Exactly. And that's what you.
But we all believe they do. We have an entitlement to Disney. We do. We feel like we have some entitlement that they have to. They don't have to do anything. People are like, "Oh, they use the Genie for such a negative thing." They can use that character to sling crap if they want.
Whatever they want, it's theirs. It's theirs.
And Robin Williams is rolling. He is great.
Walt is rolling, and Robin is rolling, and they're.
But the best was I hear people they say, if Walt knew that they were charging people to go on an attraction, I don't know if they remember when the park opened, there were
charges for attractions
and e-tickets. My father went crazy because I wanted to go in the Haunted Mansion. It was an e-ticket, and it cost more than the other attractions. So I mean, it's not that far from years ago.
Do you guys think that the Magic Band being introduced was way in advance of this idea the whole time? We were used as guinea pigs. They took all that data and put this together.
I believe they knew they were going to charge 10 years ago, I think. So I don't know, maybe.
But somehow they figured out how to maximize our experience. And do you think because the
Magic Band is going away now? It seems
but they introduced it so that they take all that data and look at what people did in their day. With
to make Genie,
to make Genie, right? So they track people, and they say they don't.
For people that don't know, and I know based on what you just said,
the Wi-Fi didn't work because they're using all their data to track people.
People don't realize they think in order for the Magic Band to work, it has to do be touch point. No. The touch point is for a near field communication. It also has far field communication, so they know. When you walk in, they know where every person went, what they did.
Yeah, Chris is saying yes.
And they
I got
took
about 20
all
of
of
them
that
in my drawer. So
Yeah, I have a whole bowl over here.
They must think I'm dead and buried because I haven't moved in 2 years, other than the drawer opening and closing once in a while.
One of the other, another vlogger, and I can't remember, is a really young looking kid that has a channel, was saying too that the whole point of this, whatever they were going to call it, is to get people through their experience and have them spending more time spending money in the merchandise.
Yeah, do you see the question
food.
Mary just asked? She says, it's a business. I get it. I would rather they raise the ticket prices and not have all the add-ons. I actually asked that question. Like, why didn't you just raise the tickets $15 each and just give it to everybody all the time?
Aren't they gonna?
No, they're
going to still raise the, but they're still going to raise the ticket prices.
Yeah, every year.
Genie Plus, too.
They said they just wanted to give people choices. I don't know how true it is.
So
I think what's great about Max Pass Plus is that there's fewer in Disneyland, is that there is fewer people using the Fast Pass lanes. And I think that's what Genie Plus will do at Disney World as well, because there'll be fewer people using the Fast Pass lanes. Because there was times when I would go on Kilimanjaro safaris on the Fast Pass lane, and I still have a 45-minute wait.
Oh, I just couldn't believe that how much some of these parks were charging for their past the line. Yeah. Carowinds, which is a North Carolina amusement park, pretty popular there, $90 a day. It's
right. Right. Yeah, and I loaded all these that you had. So $90 a day for what they call their fast lane, right?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was going to be so much. This is Six Flags. I can't believe they go up to $125 a day.
Yeah, but Six Flags annual pass is $80.
But how does that make a difference? I don't understand.
Well, you're paying $80 for an annual pass versus what, $1,000 for a Disneyland annual pass?
But look how different the park is. You rather go to Six Flags or Disney World?
Like,
I'm just saying, if Disney wanted to charge $100, couldn't they? If they wanted to, I just thought it was going to be a lot more.
They could charge whatever they want.
Charge $100.
Universal, which is probably, you would say that's the best comparison, starts at $100, goes up to $300 on some days.
Right.
But the difference with Universal one is that you get unlimited.
But who cares for $300 or $15?
Disney charges like $4.25 an hour for a VIP tour, which is basically Universal. I'm live.
On top of the ticket price.
Quick, but you can't scream. My
only point with this was that Disney was the last one. Hello, Colton.
Hashtag in a breeze.
Hello, I'm going to call you Skittlehead from now on.
Skittlehead. Hey, what did I tell you to say to Stan earlier? Do you remember?
I'm not giving Six Flags.
Tenina, Six Flags is horrible. You have a 50% chance of dropping dead there.
A long time.
6%.
Stunt Solo. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
All right, listen. Well, okay. All right, I love you, but you're gonna go upstairs.
He loves his dad.
And Navi's down here. Go upstairs now.
He looks older tanned.
He's very tan.
Yeah.
So
wow. Hold on. That's so Friday, August 20th. I would pay $170 on top of my ticket price to skip the lines.
Right.
How many attractions, Stan, you think I could go on?
Oh, you could go on a lot of them.
How many?
You could go on quite a few, I'm sure. When I did the VIP tour at Universal, and I think we did every single ride.
And how much did you pay for that VIP tour?
Yeah, it was expensive. It was like $400 or something per person.
Disney World has recently added Rise of the Resistance to the VIP tour, which it wasn't prior, but they just did it recently. I think as recent as our trip.
I'm just saying, forget that I love Disney and I don't want to pay more.
Right.
As a business person who, let's say I was advising Disney, I'd be like, you'd be crazy not to make this part of your income stream.
Yeah.
They would be nuts not to try. I'm just saying.
For me, Disneyland has more of a local resident base, right? Universal, maybe in other places. I don't think Universal Florida has, like, I'm sure the locals go there just like Disney World, but people come from all over. They go to Disney World and they visit Universal. But I think a lot of these other parks like Carowinds and Six Flags, these are local amusement parks. And so I think they can do that with their cost. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I'm
saying if people are saying, oh, that's not right, that they're classing us, it's a class system. I'm just saying they all do it.
It happens all the time.
It's still a class system at Carowinds and Six Flags and Universal.
Yeah. It does make it very difficult for a family of 4 to do the Genie Plus for a 5-day vacation.
Now, I argue with that too.
You think yeah?
No, I don't think it's easy. I think it's difficult.
Yeah.
But you have to see how many of these families are buying lightsabers and droids for 5 kids.
We spend
and
a lot
spending
of money
thousands
as it
and then
is.
going out to dinners that cost $200 and $300. My thing is you prioritize. If you want to go to one less luxury dinner, go for a day where everybody's got the Genie Plus. I'm just saying we don't need to have everything. Nobody's telling us we're entitled to everything.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you think I want to pay it? I loved having my free
I'm like Veruca Salt at Disney World, though. I want it all.
I want today.
I think the other part where people are getting angry comes from they took away free parking, they took away free Magic Bands, they took away free Magic Express. Now they're taking away free fast passes. What's next? We got to pay for the cups of water to get quick service.
Yeah, I do think the pandemic obviously is responsible for a lot of it.
For some
I
things,
also
yeah.
like Magical Express.
We were talking paid fast passes before.
They were talking it before, yeah.
It
But like
was
Magical
rumored.
Express. Do you know why that's gone? That's
Well, yeah,
gone because
because of
Mears wanted to renegotiate and charge people a lot more, and Disney said no, we can't gouge the people like that.
Right, it wasn't Disney; it was more Mears.
But Disney gets blamed, and the buck stops with them.
Yeah,
well, yeah, they got a big name. Like Scott's saying, Florida residents, but also Scott, like I think Disney Springs. What I had heard, Disney Springs was done because they wanted to attract the locals. They wanted to give the locals a place they can go other than restaurants outside of Disney property. So they have to attract those local residents somehow.
No, but absolutely, I do not think that's fair. That Florida residents get such a discount on annual passes.
Yeah,
like I pay an annual pass and I'll use it 3 times, and I'm staying at a resort, and I'm buying all my meals at Disney.
Right.
And I'm buying a lot more souvenirs during those 3 trips.
Well, and
see though, they're pricing some people out, but they're getting more out of you. That's what they want.
See what
By the way, when you're done with this, before we're done, I got to tell you about something positive with Disney Enchantment.
Oh yeah. You know what I would do is I just wouldn't get Park Hopper. I wouldn't get Park Hopper anymore. Because I would save money on Park Hopper, and I'll get the Disney Genie Plus, and I'll attack 1 park per day, and I'll do all the rides.
But you see, that's a great way to prioritize and save the money and put it somewhere else. That's great.
Right.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But getting to Disney Enchantment, did you see the pictures at all of what's going on?
Yeah, the ones that you had. So Disney Parks blog had it, right?
Yes. Did you read what? Okay, first of all, I'm not saying I predict this because everybody knew this, but I was joking that when they said they were going to project on Main Street, oh my gosh, they could have Tinkerbell do magic and it'll go all the way down Main Street. Sure enough, in the Disney Parks blog, it says the entire show culminates to when Tinkerbell flies out of the castle, sprinkles the castle with pixie dust, and the pixie dust then makes its way completely down Main Street. I got the chills while I read it. If I get to see that, oh my gosh.
So, but it'll still be Tink coming out of the castle like she currently does.
She's going to come out, wave her wand. You'll see the gold start to come down. Yeah, I like they did round it up. The gold come down the castle, hit Casey's and the thing, and start to sprinkle and drip all the way down with the same intense projections that are on the castle all the way down Main Street. Mind blown. Just blown. I will.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be
that
really
will be
cool.
cool. Yeah. I won't miss Happily Ever After if they do that correctly with Disney.
I'll still miss it because Happily Ever After. I never saw Wishes in person, and with as a family. Doing it with Kim and Colton, so it's got some sort of sentimental value.
Mary, maybe they'll give them some good sauce.
Maybe it'll improve the food. The goal.
It's the sauce. I think that's most of their problem.
Garbage.
It's
don't they do Disneyland? Don't they currently do something like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it's any videos of it because I want to witness it live first.
T9 likes Tony's.
Real quick too, the virtual ride system is not going away for the current rides, so you could still get up. That's another thing. You got to get up early though with this Disney Genie Plus.
See, who's not up at 7 a.m.?
You're telling me in one breath how
5.
how
I'm at Disney.
How bad it can be, but then we're saying, oh, it's going to book up so fast. If it books up so fast, Really? That means people are going to pay for it? I'm hoping that at 1 o'clock I could still get that a la
See,
carte.
like I
if
said, I'm
wanted.
not happy about it, but I think I know I'm
So
going to do it.
You
And
really think it's going to book up fast?
I think people are going to do this because they're
That's
going to
gonna
feel
piss
like
me off.
their
So
experience
here's
won't be the same.
my question about Rise. Okay, so you have the lightning people booking it at 7 a.m.
Yes, you could pay for it.
Right. Okay. Plus, you have the people that are staying at the Star Wars Hotel, the Galactic Cruiser,
Yep.
guaranteed to ride it.
Mhm.
That's only
You
like 200 people, though.
It could be, well, I'm thinking closer to 250, 100 rooms, minimum
That's-
2 people per room. Let's say 3
That's
people
nothing,
average.
though. That's
Okay,
nothing. I
but
mean, you
still.
can't really. I'm saying you can't say that's going to
Yeah.
take from the line.
Okay, but still, it does. It's a, and every other day only will they be using it. So you have to book your Hollywood Studios day when the people from Rise are not going, or people
That's
from
true. I
the
never
Galactic
thought
Cruiser are
about
not
that.
going. Plus, you got the
virtual.
VIP people now
Yeah.
getting guaranteed seats on Rise. So the people that are doing the lottery, before they even start, there's already
Right.
thousands
Yeah.
off.
So that's the thing. There's different
That's
ways
going to be
do
less.
it
There's
now.
going to be less people there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
For
So
virtual.
your first move for Rise is get up, try and get a boarding group. If that fails,
Or just
try
go to the Galactic
Well,
Cruiser.
Rise
Right.
is losing now a
Just
little
get
bit in
5,000 and do that.
popularity. Did you hear that at 4 o'clock, Rise was
Yeah.
walk-on?
Yeah, Chris mentioned that earlier.
You know
They
what?
were
It's not
giving out
because of
boarding.
lack of popularity. It's because it's been running so smoothly without any breakdowns all day long.
Oh, so
for
they're cycling
days.
people quicker.
Yeah.
That's not true. It's
That's
been
what I
breaking
heard.
down. It's
Oh,
been breaking
really?
down a lot.
I've been
Yeah.
hearing that they've been getting through all the boarding groups before
Yeah,
4
seriously,
p.m.
Mary.
The last 2 weeks, no, it's been breaking a lot. But I don't know. I do think eventually it is starting to lose a little gumption.
They're giving.
Well,
they're
I
giving.
don't mean people don't like it. I mean just the people that have ridden it, rode it, and now it's starting
Yeah.
to be a little bit.
It's no flight of passage.
Tom Corliss, I think it was, did that video complaining about Rise,
Yeah.
Yeah, did he? What did he complain about?
about saying how Disney needs to don't make attractions that hold such a few amount of people. He's totally wrong about it because
It holds a ton of people
it holds a ton of people.
It does.
holds
when
as
it
many
works.
people-
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Don't
it
worry,
works
honey.
smoothly, I believe it compares to Splash Mountain.
I'll
For
take
how
care
many
of
people
everything
it-
for us, Kim.
Yeah.
I
If
am.
not-
I'm
if
your
not more.
genie.
I think it does sound relaxing. I
Well-
don't have to plan it months in advance. I can just plan a day of.
Yeah, I do have to agree with Stan there. I don't like planning in advance. I
But
like
that
doing
works,
it ahead.
right? So it doesn't
For
work.
some people, it does
For the
work. Yeah.
typical family going into Disney World from out of state, it doesn't work. Stan rides about 20% of the attractions because
I
most of them
ride
make him sick.
more than you do, if not
So-
the same.
Here's a
Really?
real.
Oh, but you
here's
don't do Tika Room. You don't do Carousel of Progress.
Here is
We do
something
carousel.
interesting.
Well, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
Tell me if you don't think this is interesting. I was talking to a few Disney executives, and I said, "Are you at all concerned with the negative stuff online and how people are feeling about the Genie thing?" They said we would be if it was a lot, and I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Isn't it a lot of people?" They're like, "The little bubble that we all have here in
Yeah.
the Disney thing,
It's spit in the ocean.
the actual amount of people don't even know about Genie yet. Like." They don't even know, like, have a inkling about it. It's like a 1/10. And I was like, oh, okay. Cause this feels like everything to me, us.
Yeah.
But apparently there's
No.
more than us.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
more than us around.
What is Marla's asking? So IAS can be booked at 7 a.m. or in park.
What's
that?
IAS? IAS. Slinky Dog, no. Flight of Passage, no. IAS. When she says it, we're going to feel stupid. I know
Yeah.
that.
If we were all of Disney fans, they would never have to advertise on TV ever again,
Never, ever
Right.
again.
or do a Christmas special or anything.
The Buy the Ride. Oh, I don't know why she called it IAS.
You
though.
mean DAS?
Oh, maybe she means DA? I don't know. No, she
Yeah, I
means
think
the
that's what
Buy
she
the
means.
Ride.
So
Okay,
you
but
can
that's not the Buy the
can you
Ride.
Can you book DAS at 7 a.m. or do you have to wait until you're in the park?
Not clear yet.
Not clear yet. Disneyland,
yet.
100% went to in the park. Disney World, I'm not sure.
It probably, again, if you're staying on property, you could probably do it at 7. I'm assuming, and then if you're not staying on property but you're still using the DAS, you might have to be in the park.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
It should start in September, Becky, but we're not sure. But it should be next month.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, exactly, Mary. It's all of us that eat, live, and breathe Disney.
Yeah, and we think that's a lot of people, but it's not. Our fandom isn't as big as I think we believe it is. Right.
Trent, you are correct. We're all blaming Chapek, who I don't like and wish he would go, but it was introduced by Iger in 2019. Genie.
Yeah. No, this isn't a Chapek thing, but it's just fun to add on.
Yeah, I will blame Chapek for it. He's got to go.
Yeah.
You know what told me that the whole Scarlett Johansson thing? It never should have been in the news. Should have been squashed prior to it.
I think the registration for desk is done. It can be done before you leave your house, even.
Yeah, the registration you could do before your trip. You could do it. I could do it here in New Jersey in advance of my, arrival in Orlando.
But only now with the new system, right? Not
with the new system, right? Yeah, not currently.
Yeah. Winter annual pass is coming out, and how much?
Oh, Steve, we don't know, but it should be before October 1st. Annual passes should be back.
It's $850 for non-Florida residents, the annual pass.
Well, there is no annual passes right now.
No, but that's what the price was. When you go on the app.
Right, was.
So John, I knew John was going to say was. Like, there was free fast pass, but they took that away.
When you go on the app, it has 800. When you click on it, it says not available at this time.
Yeah, I think that's going to go up. I really don't know how much.
But that's new. That wasn't on the app before. That happened this week. That you could go on the app and you can click purchase tickets, purchase annual pass, and it's $850, and you click on it buy now, and then it says not available at this time.
We're running out of time here. We're just a little over. Can we ask? We have like 19 people watching. Can we just ask real quick a yes or a no if they're going to be using Genie Plus or in addition to that the Lightning Lane and see what they say?
Be honest.
Be honest, right? So I'm going to say yes to Genie Plus, and maybe one or two maybe Lightning Lanes depending on the park that day.
Would you believe that I would say exactly what you just said.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're gonna see how the park is.
I would do Lightning Lane for Rise 100%.
Yeah.
What about Genie Plus for your day?
Genie Plus?
It depends on how my day is what I'm doing that day. Yeah. If I'm going to meeting and hanging out with friends, it's not about the rides.
Right. And
it's to hang out with friends. If I'm going with my wife and we want to do as many attractions as we can that day, absolutely I'll get it.
Right. Crowd capacity and park is going to I'm going to take that into consideration a lot. If I'm at Epcot, I feel I can navigate my way through there without Genie Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Epcot though, that might be good. If they told me like where the quickest line was.
See, but don't you think my Disney experience, the wait times did that already for you? Like what I want to see.
They were off a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see what Disney is getting more.
And you have to zoom in and look around.
But they have to get those wait times more accurate. Like they're not even close half the time.
I think Genie should be actually talking to the podium. The Genie app should be connected to that.
They need to fix that. Yeah. When I was at Disneyland with the Max Pass Plus, I was there with my daughter, and we were there for I think 4 days, and we had park hoppers, so we were hopping quite a bit. We would go, and I didn't get the Max Pass Plus until the last day. And the reason why I waited until the last day, it was only $30 for the two of us, was because I wanted to see what attractions I could do without Max Pass
Makes
Plus.
sense.
We were using the paper fast passes. And I also wanted to know where, because my first trip there, I wanted to know where the photo pass people were. So I could kind of plan getting photo pass, because that was included with Max Pass Plus. And the attractions we haven't done yet were the ones that we used the Max Pass Plus for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we didn't get it for all 4 days. We just got it on our last day. And then the last day we knocked off every attraction we hadn't done yet. And
so were you able to get on a lot of stuff without using it?
Yeah. Yeah. We pretty much ridden everything. I mean, like incredible.
And that proves it doesn't break the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when we go in April, we're going to do each park twice, because we're going to be going for like 10 days or whatever, right? We're going to take a couple days off. So first day at Magic Kingdom, see what we get on. Second time we go back.
David, let's do that as a video. Let's do it in April. I'll go with you. We'll do it as a video. Let's see what we can do without it and what we can do with it. And if the itinerary really helps on the second day or not. They just have to be 2 weekdays or 2 weekends, just so it's a good comparison.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And I don't think you need to get it every day. Disney World might
Yeah.
be different though than Disneyland. Like Disneyland, you walk between the two parks, it takes you 2 minutes.
Right.
Disney World's a different creature because if you're not getting, especially if you're not getting park hoppers, and you're doing 4 days, 4 parks, you almost kind of need to get it all 4 days.
If you want to maximize that experience and you're going for a
Like
quick
Animal Kingdom, though,
Right.
I don't think. I mean, except for
Kilimanjaro
Flight of
Safari-
Passage,
Kilimanjaro
yeah.
Safaris is going to be Lightning Lane only.
trip,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that what
that
you heard?
was a Lightning Lane and Expedition Everest were the two at Animal.
I heard
no,
Flight of
no, sorry,
Passage.
Flight of Passage and
and
Kilimanjaro
Everest.
Safaris.
Oh, I heard Flight of Passage and
Safaris?
Everest.
See, I could see Everest being over Safari.
Was it Everest? Did they have 3?
They can't have 3. Well, according to what they're saying, they could do
Yeah.
whatever they want, but
Well,
Yeah.
they
according
could.
to what they're saying,
Yeah, they could have more, but you can only get 2.
I
Yeah.
heard only 2 in the park would be available for it.
Oh, okay.
But again,
Yeah. T9
I
is
could-
correct. You could do 40 or 50 rides if you do it right,
Right.
and you
That's
go in the right
great.
time of year. Yeah, the Safari was one of them. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Mary, is it 2 per park that you can choose, or 2 per park that they'll have on that only? I heard it
No,
was only 2 per park that they would have on it.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think it's 2 per day, but you could only choose. So if you're going to Animal Kingdom, you can only pick 2 of them. You can't buy them all.
Right, but I
Food
heard they're
blog
only going to
guide.
have 2 to. Meaning, even though you could only buy 2,
You
Is
can only
only gonna
buy
be
2 on the list.
are there only going to be 2 on the list?
I think there's going to be like 4 in Animal Kingdom.
I heard only 2 on the list.
It could be. I don't know.
I got to find that out. That would be
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
looking. Disney Food Blog has an article, and it was saying that what the rides are that are going to be included in this Lightning Lane.
Okay, Mary's saying Flight of Passage and Safari. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. So Everest, I guess, is
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
That would be Genie Plus, not.
right, which is good. I mean, Everest, I guess,
Right.
maybe a lot of people don't ride it because it's a big coaster.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
Hollywood Studios will be Slinky Dog and Rise.
If I pay extra to go on the safari and I don't see any animals, I'm going to be a Karen.
So
I only saw ass. I
When
only
do
saw
you not
animal
see
ass.
animals?
I never saw a face.
Remy's
Send me back.
Ratatouille and Epcot will be one of them.
Which I don't know if that ride is. I think it's going to be a cute ride, but from what people tell me of it in Paris, it's just cute. I don't know if it's worth like paying
I wish I
extra.
could
For.
buy a dinner pass at Epcot. So you don't need a hopper pass like we're going to Epcot to eat.
There is a special for Mary, Tony's Town Square Pass.
Isn't there
Yeah,
an after like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock pass that you can get and just go into a park at a discounted thing for dinner?
There
I
you
think
go.
they
I don't need
used-
Lightning there.
There
I think
used
there
to be, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't know if that was just for residents. I don't know if that was for everybody, but I know there was something.
I thought it was the Frozen Ever After. Not Frozen Ever After. Frozen attraction. And Remy at Epcot.
Frozen's doable now.
It can't be TT and Remy. That's
Test
Tower
track.
of Terror. Oh,
track.
Test track.
I'm saying
Yeah.
Tower of Terror.
I thought it was Frozen and Remy. And as soon as Guardians opens, it's going to be Guardians for sure.
You know what? We're not even
Oh.
thinking about Guardians or Tron opening like these new rides.
Oh,
coming.
wow.
So,
Yeah.
To the addition.
So Tron will knock out Space. It'll be Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and
Yeah.
Tron. Or they're going to have your choice of 3.
That might bump it up. Yeah.
A Darren, not a Karen.
Maybe they'll
Darren.
start tiering like they had tiered fast passes, like tier
Have a
1, tier
giraffe in
2.
my face.
They'll maybe they'll tier their Lightning Lane, and it'll be more expensive for like Tron versus Space Mountain. Who knows? The possibilities are endless with Disney.
They did
Endless.
did away with 4 p.m. pass. Oh, the annual pass?
Yeah, they did away with that. No, so you can get into a park, like it was called like the dinner pass or something.
They used to have an Epcot. Oh, Epcot after 4 p.m.
Right
Yeah.
after, right? Yeah.
Yes, they did away with that. Okay.
Mhm.
Makes sense. Makes sense to do away with that.
Nice,
The
man.
parks are full. They can't.
They don't need it, right?
They're profitable again.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not hurting for business right now.
Anyways, this was a fun show, guys.
Yeah, it was great. I think we did a good job digesting all the info. It's a lot.
And it's great that we have different views and think.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it really is.
Except, unfortunately, the bottom line is all the same. We're all going to conform.
Probably.
I just give myself up now. Holy.
I'm going with the fight. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Don't forget our deal of the week, that boardwalk special from our friends over at dvc-rental.com. Check out dmagicworld.com for streaming music, Disney music. This is a good deal. You could see Happily Ever After before it goes away.
The final showing of Happily Ever After. Yay!
Great show, greater people who's saying that. That's funny. Yeah, I had a great time. I'm glad we got this off our chest.
I love you guys as always.
I love you guys very much. You know it.
See you next week.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.